I'll show you coming up in a few minutes. Fortunately, Oklahoma and Texas are getting a break from the rain, but now it's kind of jogged a little farther north into Nebraska and Kansas and Missouri and parts of Iowa as well. So we'll be watching for some of the storms maybe break off the pack and head down our way tomorrow night. We'll kind of wait and see on that
break
one.
off the pack. I like that.
You know what was so nice to see yesterday?
What?
The sun.
Wasn't it nice? It took its time, but it's out. The only problem this morning is a little bit of fog. We'll start with that. The view over the last couple of hours here from the city of Clifton in Wayne County. Do a little time lapse and show you that fog that has been rolling off the Tennessee River, and it's near the rivers and lakes of the mid-state where you're more likely to run into those reduced visibilities. Less than a quarter mile at times here, but that fog has been showing signs of lifting, burning off a little bit there in Wayne County. Really was never much of an issue in Metro Nashville. Looking good from Brentwood. A little bit of fog still in the trees here in Macon County, but visibility, as you can see, as we update the image, that image was only about 4 minutes old, and you can see the fog has really lifted just in that time frame. Westwood Elementary School, Manchester, looking pretty good here. Not looking so good in Smith County. Still some pretty thick fog there in Carthage. You're always one of the foggier spots, but looking nice towards downtown. So that fog, not much of an issue for the morning commute around Metro Nashville. The forewarned live radar, blank. Nothing showing up around the mid-state. Showers and thunderstorms off in South Carolina, not going to be a concern for us. There's the additional thunderstorm activity up around Kansas City towards the top of your screen. And that's where thunderstorms are going to continue developing pretty much every evening and overnight through the weekend, and some of those could make a run down towards us, which we're going to have to watch out for. Temperatures this morning are starting off in the mid to upper 50s. We're going to warm up to above 80 by noon, and that's warm enough to pop the lid on the atmosphere in southeastern Middle Tennessee and along the Cumberland Plateau. That's your only chance of rain today, and it's just a 20% chance. We're not overly worried about it. We did see some storms develop there yesterday afternoon. Could see more of that again today. It'll quiet down tonight. There's some storms from the upper Midwest making a run towards the Mississippi River by early tomorrow morning. Watch what happens to them as we head through the day tomorrow. They try to move in, they just fizzle out. So I think we're going to stay dry except for that same pop-up thunderstorm chance in the higher terrain of eastern Middle Tennessee on Friday. Even warmer with highs in the upper 80s, close to 90 degrees. But still more storms developing in the evening and then making a run towards this Friday night. These have a better chance of moving into the mid-state. This version of Futurecast kind of fizzles out the first wave of storms, but the next one has a better chance of moving in by early Saturday morning. This is one of several computer models that we evaluate to predict the weather. There are others that say this batch of storms is going to completely miss us. That's why I'm leaving it at about a 1 in 3 chance of some scattered showers and storms to start the day on Saturday. Gradually, even if we get rain Saturday morning, it'll get pushed down to the south by Saturday afternoon. And so the whole day on Saturday is not going to be a washout, even with the worst case scenario. We'll keep you posted as we head through the weekend. It's kind of a tricky weather pattern, so we'll kind of have to take it day by day. Hot weather for, well, anybody wearing a fur coat, which includes your puppy dogs today. Temperatures will be just above 80 by noon, mid-80s for highs this afternoon. The rest of us would call it comfortably warm because the humidity is not going to be a problem. That only storm chance is going to be along the Cumberland Plateau. But again, the better chance does loom as we head into the weekend and early next week. We'll check out the 7-day forecast coming up again in just about 7 or 8 minutes. Melanie?
All right, thanks, Paul.